What is going on, Crypto Bulletin? Welcome to a video. Today I want to talk to you guys about why you should be happy that Bitcoin is actually down. Now, I know a lot of you guys are invested in Bitcoin, but one thing I want to teach you guys here is how to make money by trading meme coins. But another really important thing is how to know when you could actually leverage a very good season when Bitcoin goes down. So as you see right now, Bitcoin is at $58,000, and a lot of people, when Bitcoin is up, meme coins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, meme coins go down. Now, the great thing about this is the fact that this is the time you could actually capitalize on getting on some really good coins and being able to get these low. So when Bitcoin goes back up, you can get them in early. So the first one I'm going to give you guys, this one's going to be primarily a coin that you trade with, which is called Solana. Okay, so Salana is down because Bitcoin is down, and it is at 133. Now, I personally believe that it's going to drop to like 127, like 125, around that range. That is the time that you want to go ahead, purchase some Solana, because we are going to be getting ready to get ready for the bull run. I mean, you're already trading with Solana. If you're going to look to purchase some Solana, now this is not financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm personally doing. This is the time I'm buying some Solana, making sure it's at 133, 125, around that range, picking some up. So when it goes up, I can trade it. Now, I know we don't really trade Solana, but we trade with Solana, but it's something I would recommend everybody to do. If you guys are going to be, getting into this market right now, purchasing Solana at this price is actually pretty good. Even if it goes up to 150, you're still making a little bit of a gains there. Now, once again, not financial advice, guys. This is just something that I personally, I'm currently doing. Is anytime it gets low, right? Anytime it goes really low, so like you see 130 or below 130, that is the time you come in and buy some, and you wait for the market to correct itself and, reach an all-time high. How high this is going to go, I don't know, but right now it's usually the downtrend time. And when this pushes up, we should see some nice correction. Now, back to meme coins. So for meme coins, the one I want to recommend right now that you should definitely try to jump on is WHFF. Currently right now, it is at 1.73 billion. Okay, this is pretty crazy. This coin has gone all the way to 4 billion. The thing about it is how cheap it is. Now, I personally feel like we're going to get even a lower dip than 1.7 billion. I believe we're going to go down to somewhere like 1.6, even hitting 1.5. So I'm going to wait for that correction to happen. So I'm going to wait for this to get a little rise up and get another little dip here. Once that dip happens, I'm going to be buying some at 1.5 or within this range here. I'm going to show you guys something along the lines with this range, and I expect this to either reach all-time highs whenever we get that bull run coming in. So I expect this to go here. This is where I'm buying. All right, so I'm gonna put here buy. This is where I'm buying right here, and then I expect this to at least get to like all-time high. Now this is a long-term play, guys. Remember, this is not going to be something that you're going to be like turn really fast, right? But I expect this to swivel up. Even if it were to get here, I already, I should have gotten my, 1x at least in here. So this is stuff that you want to go in here with, a good solid, amount of money that you could put in here so you could double it. Now, this is not going to be like, I hate using the word safe, but this is more of a solid play due to the fact that even if it goes down a lot, it's not eating a lot on your percentile. You can still pull out those initials, right? So, not your initials, but you can still pull up a nice little like -20, -10 without, sleeping on it and be like, oh my goodness, it fell so hard. It's not one of those things. So this is one that I'm definitely looking at. And as soon as it dips to that, those lows, I'm buying in and I'm writing this one out. The next one I want to talk about is one that I've been talking quite often about, and this is LWOLF. I personally feel that LWOLF is going to be the face of Solana. That is my conviction play right here. The great thing about LWOLF is that it's been holding like a very, very steady chart throughout this whole, Bitcoin going down. So like if you notice, we had like a little Bitcoin dip, but this is this part right here. It went down to like 127. We have another Bitcoin dip right now. Right now it's sitting like at 105. This is literally, it's sitting at 121. It had a dip of 105. This is literally what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these major dips, right? So I'm looking for these major dips where we get this correction right here. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna make the lines better because my my drawing is not that great. So I'm gonna look for dips, right? So I'm looking for something around that line, around 100 there. Something around that range. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for a correction to occur. So basically what's happening here is I am waiting for this dip. So this 107 dip. Okay, this is actually a pretty good dip. I'm expecting this to go somewhere around that line, which is 107, 100. I don't know if that dip already happened or we're going to get another one because it looks like we're in a downtrend and now we just got a nice little bounce back. We could get another little correction here where this actually dips down here and then we get a like upside, right? So what I'm looking for this particular option is that I am going to go here, do a long-term position here. And we are going to go and do this right here. Okay. So we're going to do this position to right here. And then we're going to do this to right here, about there. So this is at least a 90% correction that we could see from this drop. And what's great about this is the fact that this, I'm putting this like at this tippity point right here, which is 1.95. You know, this hit all-time highs of I always like to do it where the green tips right there. So it's like at least 100%, you know, 107% from this correction. So if you were to get in like around that 100 range, you know, you're doing pretty well right here with this bounce back. Now, how long this bounce back takes, it's all going to depend a lot on Bitcoin, to be honest. But I do expect that bounce back to occur, you know, in a good matter of time. So this is a very good time to get into LWOLF. I personally think LWOLF does really, really well this bull run. That's just my hot take right there. So this is a very, very good time to actually buy. Apart from that, we have Michi. Now, Michi has done some really good stuff here. I actually told you to get into Michi when it fell down all the way to 48,000, right? That was a really good time to buy Michi. Currently, right now, it's at 93. So you see this correction here. This is where I told you guys to buy. If you guys have been watching my videos, that's really important for you guys to turn on notifications. And also great thing about this, guys, you could actually automate this. So like if you don't want to, so if you don't want to be like, oh, you know, I have to be up and keep watching the chart when this happens, you could literally automate this. So the way you do that is you'd use Bullets. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it for you guys. So what you could do is set this up. So you could say, you know what, if this dips to 140, I want to buy at 140. So I'm going to show you guys these ones, and then I'm going to show you guys how you do that with Bullets, right? So you could automate all of these to actually work for you, so you don't have to be up looking at the chart every single time. Now, this one right here, we got a nice little correction here. So I feel like we might get another dip. Maybe we get it to dip back to 140. What I'm doing is buying in again a little bit more, just because I know eventually this is going to correct itself and it's going to go up. Okay. So that's one super duper important thing that you got to keep a factor on, that you want to look at these dips, because these dips are really, really good. Not only for, you know, they're not good for people who are buying up here, right? But they're pretty good for you that are watching this video. And that's why it's really important you show these type of videos so, you know, your friends can know, because that is where you want to buy it. You want to buy in Michi. And you saw right here, just with this 40 buy here that we did. So we did this, this was kind of like a short term, like, where is this here? It's sort of like a long-term position, but look how fast we got that nice little turnaround. So it went all the way here. That was some pretty good gains right there, dude. From 40 all the way to 150. That's actually pretty solid, and it didn't take that long. Actually, it was actually a really good amount of period from the 24th, right, all the way to the 4th of July. So that's not bad, guys, at all. That's almost sort of kind of like a short-term play, but not really. So that's something you definitely want to keep your eye on. If it dips to 40 here, that's when you're swooping in, you're buying, and you're waiting for it to go back up. And I expect this to break all-time highs eventually with the bull run. So what you're doing is you're capitalizing on these lows. The next one we're going to be talking about is Billy. Now, Billy's actually been pretty solid lately. It's a brand new coin. That's why it's been this great. But you could see here that if you have been buying the dips, you are making some gains. So we get some nice traction here. This is a little dip. If you bought that, you're getting a gain. If you bought this, you're getting a gain. If you bought this, you're getting a gain. Look how high this one up, guys, right here, all the way up here. So really, really good. This one's mostly to keep an eye on. You're going to be looking for a dip on this one due to the fact that right now it's pretty high. So we're going to be looking for a nice dip here to be able to get into Billy. I expect Billy to do pretty well, and I feel like Billy is one of the reasons that Michi and Popcat are not doing so hot, because a lot of people are coming into the hot, fresh, brand new thing, which is Billy, right? So this is something to keep an eye on, and definitely looking for dips is where you want to go. Where do I think this actually dips to? I think we get a correction here like around 80 mil, so I expect this to drop to like around 80 mil, even 50 mil. That is a time where you kind of want to buy in here, and I'll show you guys how you could definitely automate this. The next one we're looking at is TRMP. Now, as you guys know, I'm very big on the TRMP coin, due to the fact that I feel like it's really undervalued, and eventually I feel this thing is going to blow up. So what's going to happen here? This had some really good correction here. It went all the way to 35, 30, 50, 30, 38, around there. So that seems to be like what it's holding. It can literally actually drop all the way to 26. So it depends on the marketing's correcting. It can drop all the way to 26 mil. And look what happened, guys. Let me show you guys exactly what happened. So when it dropped to 20, here we see that it hit an all-time high of 160, right? Like around this range. That is a 500 correction right there. So what I'm looking for, if this drops, I don't think it drops all the way to 25 mil, to be honest. I think this is literally like the bottom right here, this 40 mil. So what I would do here is, I would have bought right here at this 37, 38 range, 40 range. And then if there's a debate, if there's anything that happens with Trump, this is going to go up. So that's something I'm definitely looking at. Another one that I'm looking at as well is Popcat. So Popcat's another really good one here that I personally recommend. This one right now is sitting at 442 mil. As you see right here, this is the same correction. Bitcoin went down. We had the same correction right here. It went all the way down to the following market cap. I'll let you guys know right now. It went down to 250 market cap, and it pushed up all the way to 700 market cap. Now we're getting another dip here, which it could get another correction and dip once again to that 200 range. And what I'm doing right there is I am buying in right here. Now this could literally just stay right here around this 400 range, but this is definitely going to hit a bill, right? So what we're looking for here is either we're getting in here at this 300 range, and if it hits a bill, that's going to be around there. It's at least 150%, all right, in increase. Or if it drops all the way down here, which is what we want, so we're going to drops all the way down here and it hits a bill, that's a 300%, right? So that's a 3x for you guys right there, and you're able to capitalize this. Remember, on these plays, guys, you want to go with a good amount of SOL, because if you're planning on 3xing, you want to make sure that 3x is exponentially high. And in addition to that, this is more like a I hate using the word save, but a more liable play, due to the fact that if it were to dip, like even if it were to dip like from here to here, it's not that big of a correction. Let me see. I think there is a little icon here you could use. Where is it? We'll use a ruler. So even from here to here, okay, it's only a 36% knockoff. So like, for example, if you would have bought here and it dipped here, this doesn't happen overnight. So it's literally something you keep an eye on, and be like, exit around there if you wanted to exit with a loss. But this is going to definitely get a bounce back. If it's 400 mil, or is it going to go lower? I think it goes a little bit lower. We're looking like maybe at 350. I put my buy in here at 200. If it goes down to 200 again, that's where I'm swooping in and buying it. Or I might just see if I put something here for 350. So how do you automate this? Well, let's go ahead and to Bullocks and show you guys exactly how to do it. Now, if you're not using Bullocks to trade, I highly recommend it. Link is down below, so you guys can use Bullocks. Guys, so here we are in Bullocks. So how do you do to automate this, right? To make sure you guys are getting some really good entries. This is what you want to do, guys. So you want to go and see the chart here. You want to look at where it's been, what's it doing, right? Right now, the lowest has been 397. Now that is the lowest it's been today. But like if we scrub all the way here, you're gonna see that it's gonna tell us the lowest has been 219. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and say, you know what? We want to look at when we could pretty much get some really good profit here. And I'm saying like at 250, that's when I want to buy it. This is just figuratively speaking. I'm not saying to put it here, but what you want to do is you want to go to buy and you want to go to limit. And what you want to do is you want to tell it, I wanted to buy right here. So I wanted to buy right here. And you're going to tell it, okay, I want to buy 5. So whenever this hits 250. Okay, so I could just click right here, buy. And what this will do is it's going to add a buy option here where it's going to automatically buy if it dips below. One thing I do want to let you guys know, though, that this only has a 72-hour period. So within 72 hours, if it doesn't go through, if this doesn't dip this low in 72 hours, you're going to have to come back and do this one again. But that is basically how you leave it overnight. You could say, you know what, if this dips, I want to go ahead and make sure it buys in if it dips. And that's how you sell your limits. You could even do like, okay, you know what, if this dips right there, that's what you want to do. And if it goes all the way to 1 bill, I want to sell. So you go to limit once again, and you go tell it where you want to sell. So that's 100 from there. And you just tell it, I want to sell 100%. And it's going to just click on it, and it'll automatically add that limit for you guys. So you guys can be invested on the token without having to worry about when to buy, when to sell, because the program is gonna, or the Bullock is gonna actually automate that for you, which is actually pretty dope. And that's how you guys do it. You basically just want to make sure you say your parameters. You can just kind of just leave it there, and then if it dips, it buys. If it goes high, it sells. Really, really good. And that's how you do it. I hope you guys are finding these videos helpful, informative. If you are, do me a huge favor, drop a comment, drop a like, and I will catch you guys on the next one.